Hey everybody, welcome back to the Tribe of Nerds. Coach Drew, Jonathan, and I are back for more Survivor 1 through 50. We're here talking about Survivor One World today. This is our island. So welcome to our island to discuss the domination of Kim Spradlin, Troyzan. Obviously, we just had him on What If with Shane and I, so go check that out as well. I'm super excited to finish off, finish off the Dark Ages with you guys. But why did you guys want to discuss Survivor One World?
I'm fairly certain I got drunk and wrote this down because I looked at the list, like, I signed up for this, and I think I signed up for HHH or Ghost Island. Mm-hmm. I don't know why. I'm going to assume I signed up for this because I think I want to talk about other players that are not Kim and Troyzan, specifically everyone else in the Women's Alliance, the dominating Women's Alliance that people just kind of forget about. One World it's not good, but it's not boring either.
Yeah.
There's some interesting players that I'm sure we'll get into, but Jonathan, why did you want to discuss One World?
I think when it came to like One World 24, all that smooth jazz, I remember like going through the list of seasons, like I had seen them all like ranked, like with no spoilers, like where they fell on the scale, and obviously this one fell kind of like in the lower tier of it's within the Dark Ages, and that's like where I got the whole keyword from, is like 21 through 24 is Dark Ages. But I remember specifically like when I got to this one, I also knew that the Philippines was around the corner, so I had to like truck through this one to get to the good one. But like I knew that, but when I was rewatching it, this was a season that every once in a while I'll get like, okay, now we're jumping forward in time. Like we're now in 2012, right? And it's like as soon as I heard like Colton name drop Taylor Swift, I was like, oh my God, like we're now in that era where it's like we're starting to bring up, time is syncing up with modern era. And I was like, this was another big point in the series for me where I was like, we're now getting like a checkpoint, if you will, in, I guess, Survivor history.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And you have Tarzan bringing up Obama at one of the tribal councils. Like you have, obviously Obama's going to get brought up a lot in 2012 on Survivor, but yeah,
it's next week.
Yeah, it's really, really interesting to bring that up. Like the pop culture references really start seeping in now. Because I heard Colton say Taylor Swift, and I'm like, wow, 2012 Taylor Swift reference, and then fast forward to 46.
And those conversations are still going to this day.
Yeah. All right, well, let's get into it. Yeah, for me, like One World, like I really enjoy Troyzan. Even on this rewatch, Troyzan is still a lot of fun. Kim, she is an amazing Survivor player. The Women's Alliance really together. Chelsea and Sabrina, I think you can throw in there too, especially Sabrina. I think who we're going to talk about. I think she played a good game and just gets overshadowed by Kim. And then you have other people in that alliance. You have Kat, I'm sure we'll also get into. You have Alicia, who is quite delusional and quite mean. And then you have Colton, and I think it's very hard for me to, even on rewatch, to watch through like Alicia and Colton like mistreat people, and like I'm sure we'll definitely get into some in-depth discussions with that. And then you have people like Tarzan, who is a kook, and
lovable kook.
Yeah, he says and does some things which are very interesting.
Yeah, very interesting, to say the least.
But let's get into it. So the season starts off. So they're on the truck. We get introduced to some people, and we immediately get them split up into men and women. And then you have them raiding the truck for the supplies. And then you have Michael Jefferson is off stealing the supplies from the women, which is interesting that this is the only thing that Michael Jefferson really gets all season long, that he steals the supplies. And like I'm watching the rest of the season, I'm like, he doesn't really get anything else besides this.
He's got nice eyebrows. And I would say that's about it. He's got nice eyebrows.
and being a part of like the alpha male alliance that didn't really go anywhere.
Last episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I would have liked to see what Troyzan was telling us about, where Michael would just repeatedly call him Your Highness or whatever. I don't know. I don't even know why, but yeah, I mean, this alpha male alliance is really interesting. I actually think Matt Quinlan would have been a really interesting villain if he had stayed longer, because he was already like becoming this little pre-merge villain that was thinking he was calling the shots, but it's
well, he gets a very because downfall. In every let's say there have been 3 seasons where we've had a dominant female alliance. Every single one of those, so Vanuatu, Micronesia now, the men are so forgettable.
Yeah.
That rewatching this season yesterday, I just had to sit here and figure out who those 2 people were because they're so insignificant. And I called the guys from Vanuatu generic white guys 1 through 4.
Yeah.
Because I know there was a Brooke and some other folks. Like Micronesia, we know what was his name? The Italian guy, or maybe he wasn't even Italian. Mikey B.
Mikey B, yes.
Oh, yeah.
And in here, it's like, okay, we've got all this cannon fodder. Yeah, we've got Colton, but he's a character. We've got, okay, yeah, we know who Leaf is. We know who Tarzan is. We know who Troyzan is. But when it comes to the younger guys, they all just look alike to me. They have no distinguishing qualities outside of Bill being black and a comedian. That's it.
Well, and Bill's going to get the most like content in 4 episodes just because of what ends up happening, unfortunately. But and then I don't know. I can kind of remember Jay having like the the Southern accent being the model, but like he doesn't. He again doesn't do much.
Yeah, but he was like the one in that alliance that like I guess stuck around the longest, and like so you just once like the rest of his guys are gone, now he has to start doing more things like for himself, which he tried, but by that point in the game, it was like far too late kind of thing.
Yeah. I mean, he's like, I mean, he does have the one quote of like being bum puzzled or whatever it was.
Bum puzzled.
Yeah. He does like, as Troyzan said, where he does some really interesting things where he basically like tells Kim all this information about Troyzan's idol for whatever reason. I'm not really sure why, but yeah, so I mean, we have this, and so Michael does that, and the women are kind of left without supplies, and then they find out that they'll be part of this one world twist. So, what are your guys' thoughts on the one world twist?
I like it. It's a twist that I think that they could bring back, and probably should bring back, especially because, it didn't work the best this season. But I like the idea of everyone just kind of. I mean, they tried it kind of in Thailand as well, where it's like, okay, let's just put everyone there. Let's just see what happens. It led to some fun dynamics, mostly with just Colton and the women, which if you did one world and actually had 2 separate tribes not based off of gender, I think that it could be amazing. But because they were so transfixed on doing gender wars and doing one world, it kind of takes away from the twist.
I agree completely. Jonathan?
Yeah, I mean, it was a pretty good twist for the time. I think I didn't like, it was nice seeing something like done a little bit different, and I had to like recollect if they had like done it before, which they had, which had been like a long time. But I think with that theme worked best with like certain characters like Colton because of the fact that he got along better with the women. So it made it even more crazier that he would go from the men back to the women. So I guess when you have certain characters, the theme will work out better for them.
Yeah. So like Colton's obviously there bonding with the women, and then you're going to get him getting the idol from Sabrina because Sabrina can't keep the idol she finds, has to be for the other tribe, which I think is interesting. Helps with those cross-tribal dynamics. And she gives it to Colton, seeing him as like the outcast of the men's tribe, which does help Colton get a foothold in the men's tribe because it gets him into a majority alliance. So
Colton does, I know it's 2012, but he does such a disservice to the LGBT community as what they're trying to do. It was like, I'm basically a girl. I was like, no, you're not. You're not. That's not what that is. And so like whenever you would say it, I'm like, I feel like you're just adding to like these negative stereotypes that people already have. And so like I know that from the jump he was doing stuff that was problematic, but that's like an underrated problematic thing that he's doing.
Yeah.
The fact that he has to be held, like I like women better because they can hold me, and I'm like, dude, relax. It's and he comes from the org community. Like he's from the org community. He was playing in the early 2000s.
That's crazy.
So like he was molded by the game. Like the fact that he goes out there and does what he does, it's like, wow, he didn't learn anything from playing online.
Yeah, I remember there was like an LRG on YouTube. I think I saw Colton playing in one, and he kind of was he had like a similar attitude to how he has actually in the game. So I found that really interesting to watch that, because I think that he played that like right before he went out on the show. So
yeah.
But
do you remember like how well he did?
Colton.
Yeah, do you remember how well he did on the org, or was it just like
the LRG, I don't even think they ever finished like putting out the episodes, but I remember he somehow like he like turned his tribe against one person, kind of similar to how he does it to Bill, and then like it seemed like Colton should have been the one to go, but then they kept him over the guy he turned everybody against. So I thought that was very, very odd, but that's all I remember.
Okay. Because I was always curious how like if people get on like the real show, and if they've played orgs back then versus they play orgs now. I feel like all of us, if we somehow got on like the real show, we would definitely take like the little details that we learned from playing any type of game and try to apply them to the real one. Because you're like, we kind of talked about how the concept is still the same. It's like it just, or the set dressing may be different, but like the still core mechanics of Survivor carry through every type of platform.
Yeah, you got to talk to people. And
then you got to
be a dick.
Yeah.
That's pretty simple. Yeah.
And don't get paranoid.
Yeah. And so I and like the gender roles, I really would have liked the one world twist as well if it wasn't gender roles, because I do think that basically reinforces that one gender is going to stick together and try to pick off the other gender, as the women do. And so I feel like it would have been way more interesting. I mean, we do get some interesting stuff on the first night. You have Christina like doing basically one of the biggest things she does all game in like night one, which is trying to get the guys to give her fire. And then Alicia immediately wants to like belittle Christina.
Yeah.
Which is, I just can't believe that she already hates Christina because Christina is trying to help the tribe.
It's one of the worst one-sided rivalries in the show's history, where it's like, okay, Christina really does not care about, it seems like, anything. Right. But that's fine. Why does Alicia hate her so much? What are we missing? Even if we're missing some things, it doesn't there's no excuse for a lot of the outright hatred that this woman has for her.
Yeah,
it's kind of like unnecessary conflict for no reason, but like, and then it does make you wonder: was there stuff that happened that we didn't see, that it didn't show, or are the editors just like, no, this is exactly how it was the whole time?
It definitely doesn't justify what they do to her, and I'm sure we'll get into that when we get to like the swap with her and Colton really terrorizing Christina and straight up racism at one point from Colton.
Yeah.
So. We'll definitely get into that. And then you do set up, like, you have Troyzan immediately recognizing that Tarzan is also Tarzan. Although, as he said, his nickname didn't come up till like 3 episodes in or whatever it was, and like when they were actually out there. So I did find that interesting that the show immediately tries to set up like, oh, it's the Battle of the Zans, and like, for the most part, I mean, they have a pretty good relationship out there. They're not actually like rivals.
Yeah. You can't. You're on the same tribe. and
Right.
it's based off of gender, so you're probably not gonna flip on each other.
Mhm.
It's hard. If you make the season Troyzan versus Tarzan and make it one world, it's easily better.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They both
100%. 100%. And so then we're gonna get to our first immunity challenge, and this is where they're gonna do something kind of dangerous, and they're gonna make a net like 20 feet below like the platform. You have to jump on it. You have to land on it so that you don't do what Courtney does and break your wrist. Yeah, this is sad. I would have liked for no one to get medevaced or hurt or whatever, and so Courtney immediately is going to get taken out of the game for this.
But not revealed until the women go to tribal council.
That's true.
So they're basically just like, crap. We still have to vote someone out, and then Jeff's like,
right.
No, I just want to let you see you guys like stew for a second. Like, this is
yeah. I mean, we do get basically that the guys have the option to at least finish the challenge with the women, even though it'll count as a loss for them, and the guys just basically take immunity or like we don't need to finish the challenge. So that immediately upsets the women.
Yeah.
So
it's frustrating that like I'm not against Vanuatu when they did this. I'm not against Amazon when they did this.
Right.
And I think it's because that was the only twist in the season.
Right.
And I know we've already talked about this, but like I think that what dampers the one world twist so much is the fact that it's also men versus women. Right. And it kind of, I won't say it sucks the air out of anything because it doesn't. It's just more like I don't really care. Like I don't really care about any of this.
Yeah. It just changes like the decision-making process for certain like players where it's like, well, we're already separated, so we might as well just like stick together with what we have.
Right. Because I mean, like you're already setting up like how the men and women might also react with each other if they were on the same tribe. Like if you have like Matt and Chelsea arguing over chickens, like imagine if they were on the same tribe and then they actually have to try to work together. Yeah. Or like, are the women going to take out Matt initially too? If they're combined, something like that, I think is far more interesting than the men versus the women. But, so ultimately we also see that this 5 has formed immediately on the walkover. So it's Alicia, Kat, Kim, Sabrina, and Chelsea. And basically, Alicia is using her one-sided rivalry to try to get rid of Christina. And then we're going to get to tribal council, and Christina explodes at Alicia, which is really fun, actually. And then Christina kind of just doesn't do anything else the rest of the season. So she just yells at Alicia to shut up. Like, I thought that was amazing.
It's... the premiere of this season is actually like it's pretty up and down, but like I do enjoy it for the most part. But yeah, we get a lot of character out of Christina that we don't get ever again, and she becomes basically just, I won't say a side character because you always know that she is there, but in an innocent way, just like someone's just as happy to be there. Yeah, here, no longer, this person is like fighting.
Right. Yeah, she's no longer in like she's no longer like in the foreground. She's like in the background kind of thing because all these other characters end up being in the front. And I wonder if that ended up being because she just did that for like strategical purposes, where she's like, oh, I put myself out there too much. Like in the beginning, I need to like take a back seat and just let them, like if I'm getting farther by pretending that I'm this weak person and people think I'm weak and they're just going to keep me going their whole thing, then, why, if it ain't broke, don't fix it kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I feel like if she like, obviously you may or may not win the game with that, but I mean, it did carry her like a really far way into the game kind of thing. So
yeah. I mean, she does say at the reunion that she deliberately held back once she saw that Matt was going to get voted out. Yeah. So like, I mean, I think there are rumors what she was off her ADD meds or something, and that's why she kind of went. Yeah, that's what I've heard, but I don't know what exactly is true because I didn't hear her say that. But All right, so Courtney is gonna go. I mean, there wasn't much from Courtney other than she seemed like she was kooky and fun, like a different kind of person out there. I don't know if she would have been the first out had she still been there, but I don't know that she was going to be able to work her way into that 5. I don't think anybody really was, but
no, she had her orca hat.
Yeah.
Fit, the whole look.
So then we are going to get to a twist we've seen before. We saw it in Samoa, I believe, the do-it-yourself challenge, which is a terrible idea to not have Jeff there. Why would you do this, Survivor? Like, the 2 times they do it in the season, which, why is it 2 times in one season that they do this? But it's just not interesting either time. So.
And it's funny that it happens. I mean, I know some people are like high on Samoa and those people are crazy, but like it happens in seasons that are already kind of, and you throw an episode in where, you know, the host is not hosting a challenge. It's kind of like, okay, we're going to do this today. Cool. We saw that worked in Marquez, because in Marquez's the kite challenge, there is no Jeff, right?
Right.
It's just them. And people historically have looked at that as one of the worst challenges that the show's ever done.
Yep.
I don't want to blow up Jeff's head and his ego or whatever, but like the challenges do need him there.
Right.
Yeah.
Agreed. And I don't think we can have Troyzan Probst in every challenge or or Colton hosting it either, which I noticed this was kind of funny, where like Colton does like the Jeff thing and then he does like a gun motion with his like head at one point, like when he says start. It's just like, okay, Colton, jeez.
He's I'm sure we'll keep on talking about Colton. So
I'll
leave it there.
Oh no, we'll have to, because he comes back again.
Oh yeah. But yeah, then we are going to get to the balance beam challenge as well, which the women's tribes have typically won these challenges in the other 2 seasons, and all of a sudden this time the men end up winning because Kat ends up jumping in the water when she doesn't have to. This is really funny because like Nina is like having none of it. She's like, Kat, you are such a dumbass. Like, at one point, like it's just really, really, really funny. And just like, I don't know.
Sassy Jeff comes out too.
Yes.
He's like, Kat jumping off the beam again.
She doesn't have to. Kat's even also like saying she all these like Monica Culpepper and like Chelsea, like their boobs are too big. She literally says that at one point. Just like, oh, okay, guys.
I mean, it's not. She's telling the truth that they are like whatever. You know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
I don't think that's the one. I don't think that's the reason that they're not getting across, though.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Again,
it's a multitude of things.
It's a multitude of things.
Yeah.
Right. Well, and again, like the women historically have won this challenge in the men's seasons, so I don't.
I'm sure there have been big boobs in the other seasons.
Yeah.
So like.
But this season they just had Kat. So it's just
Kat.
Yeah. Not quite like cat-like reflexes, but you know, yeah.
That's a good one. So yeah, then basically Nina's campaigning for Kat to get voted out. So but basically the 5 is gonna hold, and Nina's age and not fitting in with the tribe is gonna make her actually the first person voted out. So not much on Nina. Again, we added her and Courtney both to the first boots list, but we'll get to that later. I mean, I thought Nina was interesting in the fact that she was really trying to like get them to get rid of Kat. It just didn't work out because of how the dynamics went. But
because she was more intergrained with the the 5 and whatnot, and it's just what can you do, and
at a certain point you cannot do anything, and
literally especially early if you don't fall in like one of those somewhere in the power dynamic, it's going to be an uphill battle no matter what you do.
Nina and Mia from Vanuatu
Mm.
are the same person to me. So there's that.
Well,
there's nothing further that I'm going to say, but they are the same person to me.
He's like, end comment.
Okay. Throwing that out there.
No.
I guess Mia got brought back, what, like 10 years in the future or something?
Yeah, like they are the same person.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's all I have to say about that. Moving on.
All right, moving on. So we are going to get to the third episode, and this is where we are going to get the downfall of the Rooster, Matt Quinlan, as Colton gets the like misfits together of Troyzan, Leaf, Jonas, and Tarzan, which is very clearly, yes, the Misfits Alliance.
The Misfit Alliance.
Yes, yes. My favorite part is like when the women are like go up to Michael and they're like, you know who we think is the leader? It's Tarzan. He's like, you really think Tarzan is running the show? And Tarzan just gives like the Tarzan yell.
It's this is Colton. Go back to Colton. I've always said that like the four people that really understood what Survivor was this season, are Kim, Troyzan, Sabrina, and Colton, because Colton builds an alliance. He gets the misfits together on the men's tribe, and if he was less Colton-y, they could have just steamrolled their way through the game.
Yeah.
Because he got them all together, and then no one put up much of a fight. Like he got them all together. Like, and in that situation, Jonas probably wins, right?
Maybe
Yeah.
Jonas.
What if?
maybe Troyzan. I could see Troyzan.
Yeah.
So, Jonas, I kind of like Jonas though as well in this season. Like I thought Jonas was kind of fun, and then also because Tarzan keeps calling him Jason. So.
Jonas is the straight man among all the crazies. He's the one that's like, all right, that's my proxy. He's my proxy.
He's like the glue man, you know. He's like just like that even keel, just like straight razor character. That's just what you're gonna get from timing.
Well, and like he opposes Tarzan. We'll get to that when we get to that episode. And then he's also like saying like, my strategy is just to be Colton's bitch right now. I mean, in fairness, like I don't think it's a bad strategy at that point to let Colton call the shots, because Colton's going to put a target on his own back. So
it's the people that are playing the game that are aligning with Colton. This is the best person to be aligned with. This is we're doing a Natalie White. Let's do the Natalie White game.
Mm-hmm.
That won her a game a few seasons ago. Let's just do the same thing. Yeah. This person is so hateable that
and instead of having like one, there's 5 of us. All pulling the Natalie White card.
Yep. And then this is where Colton is going to start hating on Bill. And so this is, again, just like Alicia with Christina. Colton has, like, really weird, as we'll find out, really disgusting motivations for wanting to get Bill out. And, so that it starts here. I believe this is where he says makes the comments about ghetto trash and kill yourself and that kind of the really disgusting comments. So it's just very bad. So
at what point, and this is a question to y'all, at what point do you think that they went, I know we're jumping ahead a little bit here, let's give them a second chance. Let's, like a couple seasons later. This is not like 10 years later.
Yeah.
Okay, let's give another chance. This is the next year?
Yeah.
Lovers One's the next year?
Well, this was filmed like 2011, released 2012. So like 2013, I think, is when.
At what point through all of this? We're 3 episodes in, and we haven't gotten to the amount of craziness he's going to get to, do you say, hey, Colton, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's bring him back. We need more of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think part of that was because they must have, well, Jeff probably thinks Colton somehow grew in like a year and whatever reason, and then also I think they just liked Caleb, so true. I feel like that was a reason why they brought Colton back, is for Caleb too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think it probably did have to do with like, let's see if this person is capable of change and if their partner will like even them out a little bit within this time. And then, I mean, 2 years later, and we saw how that went. And plus him being like, medevac, right? Like,
yeah, I'm sure we'll talk about that right when we get to that in a few episodes. But yeah, so they are gonna end up deciding to go for the Rooster, the head of the Rooster, and they are gonna blindside Matt Quinlan, which again, I think Matt could have been a really interesting villain without being as disgusting as Colton ended up being on the show. So I don't know, like it would have like an over the top villain for sure, but
yeah, it's like the ultimate Chad villain.
Yeah, the ultimate Chad.
Yeah.
Maybe they just wanted another Russell. Maybe because they were. I mean, it's still Hans Mania on CBS at this point. Let's bring back this guy. He's hateable, but like, what's he gonna do next?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
True.
Yeah, let's see.
What's Matt gonna do next?
Yeah, I mean, they're gonna cast Russell's brother Willie on Big Brother. They're gonna cast Brandon again on Caramoan, and when they never should have cast him again. So
it could be a Hans thing. We've got a gay Russell Hans.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So Matt's gonna go. We're gonna get to episode 4, and this is where we're gonna get to the decision of the men choosing to give up immunity to go to tribal council, which is, we're gonna talk about people like Eric and Brandon giving up immunity. This is an entire tribe giving up immunity, which is really bad, and I honestly find it shocking that they managed to convince Bill, who is very clearly, him and Colton are literally, fighting because Colton's being an asshole. Yeah. And then Leaf, who literally just got caught playing both sides. And literally, like, I can't believe they convinced both of them to agree to go to tribal council.
Leaf and his pierced nips.
And it wasn't even like they went. It wasn't even like they went to tribal for like any like real type like strategic reason to go. It was just to literally settle like a personal beef kind of thing. And then like when they bring it up to all the guys at camp, Jonas's reaction to this was like, what? Like he didn't like express it openly to Colton, because it just seemed like at the time Colton was one of those characters / people that could literally like just convince everybody, even if like he's like in the wrong. It's just people are still afraid to push back against that, even when you know they're wrong, because you're afraid that they somehow are going to be more convincing to other people. Be like, well, you're not with me, you're against me, kind of thing. And no one's going to believe what you say. They're going to believe me because of reasons, right? Even though I'm like wrong, kind of thing. So it was definitely seemed like an out of fear response that all the guys were like, okay, like if I say no, then I'm going home, kind of thing. And so just shitty circumstance.
If I'm Jonas there, it's like, okay, you want to do, once again, it's Jonas is the straight man of, oh, you want to do that? That's crazy. Yeah, okay, let's do it, because you're helping my game. You're helping my game by you're continuing to do all this crazy stuff.
Yeah.
I'll go along with it. It sucks that we have to get rid of someone. This is kind of crazy that we have to do this, but if I'm sitting at the end next to you, I'm 100% winning.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. And, I think some also behind the scenes. So the argument with Bill and Colton also behind the scenes is that Bill threw Colton's idol into the ocean, I believe, and which very much is deserved. And so production had to go like give Colton a new idol because of that. So I don't know if that like factored into the decision of like production was like, okay, Bill, because you technically broke a rule, even though like completely understandable why you'd react this way.
Yeah.
We kind of have to force you to go to tribal. So I don't know, like part of me is kind of, was that the reason why Bill had to agree to do it?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That's well, I guess I should start with this. Do you guys believe in Jeff's reaction as they walk in, or do you think it's a performance? Because he like, for me, it's like he knows they're coming. It's not like he's shocked watching them come in.
Oh yeah, he knows everything that's going on. Like the crew goes from the camp, and that's how he forms his questions.
Yeah,
based on those people as they come back and they tell him what's going on at camp, and he's like, I'm going to make my questions about it. This was probably a case where it's like, dude, the guys are going to give up. The guys are going to come tonight, and he's like, what? Like, no way. And he's like, okay, well, I'm going to have to craft questions around this. And he's probably like, there's no fucking way they're going to come here. There's no way. And then like they walk up, and he's like, oh wow, they fell through with it. Maybe it's a mix of both.
It could be, but all of that is to say, if Bill broke a rule that they are super strict about, I feel like they would just removed him.
That's true.
Or done something to penalize the tribe, or like I think this happened. Like I think this is genuinely what happened. I think that they were talked into going to tribal, giving up immunity and going to tribal. I don't think that production stood it, but like if it is, but it just kind of felt like everyone's just kind of going with the flow. Most of these people have never seen Survivor to begin with, so they don't know how crazy it is to be doing this in the first place.
We're still at that point in the series where we still have new people that have like no idea or know anything about Survivor. So it's like, okay.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, Bill clearly still had a somewhat of a decent relationship with production to be able to host their like live next season because he did it for Philippines. So, must not have been too big of a deal. So yeah, we're gonna get to tribal, and again, gets very uncomfortable. Colton's telling Bill to get a real job, and that he has black people in his life, his housekeeper, which is just.
It's not the best example to throw out there.
He knows it's that, my housekeeper.
He's like, I know plenty. It's like, who? My housekeeper? And like, everyone there was like, oh my gosh, dude. Like,
yeah. I think Tarzan does the
yeah. It's
uncomfortable, but it's laughable.
Yeah,
it's laughable because it's like, wow, this person can't exist, but it's also like, yeah,
it's so absurd. Like this exaggeration of a character could
spoiled rich kid. He's a spoiled rich kid from the South. Yeah, I can see how he would have this type of mindset, and you can see it on his face when he laughs. Oh, like I think he even realizes, oh yeah, it's my housekeeper. I should probably have picked a better person to. My housekeeper.
Yeah. He's wearing like a polo and everything, like country club stuff, and I'm like, this person. How could this? I only like read about this. Like, I don't like see people like this in my daily life.
These people exist.
These people exist. It's like, oh damn. Only in Survivor.
Yeah. So Bill is unfortunately going to get voted out here, just because people are going to keep Colton around. So just unfortunate. A couple Tarzan moments from this episode. You have Colton yelling at the women cheating for looking at the puzzle, and then I think Kat is like, Tarzan, you about to get slapped. Or what? It was Kat or Sabrina, one of the two.
It's like individual funny moments in this kind of thing.
Exactly. Like One World is never boring.
Yeah.
It's just not good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then another one is like Kat is like celebrating after like the slingshot challenge, and then does the woo woo, and Tarzan's like woo woo.
He was really hoping to get famous off of this. Like I can't because of his profession. There's no way that this man is like 100% how he is being portrayed on the show.
Yeah.
Right.
This man's trying to get famous off of, oh, I'm Tarzan from Survivor.
Yeah, I think we don't throw Tarzan enough into the category. He should be in the Philip and Coach category and Debbie category of like this crazy kooky character on the show, but they're playing it up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
because
it's a plastic surgeon, like
and who makes comments about it. He's like, "Do you hate? Do you have a bad history with your plastic surgeon?" And it's like, again, again, it makes one world one of a kind in the dark ages of like it's the I don't know, like it's definitely the weird one at the tail end of all this too.
Yeah.
And plus they serve folk and because Troyzan and Tarzan end up being like the focal point guys of the series. And it's like it's literally like all of the women and the two Zans.
Yes.
Like that's kind of like how it goes at a certain point.
Are they the last men standing, or is it Leaf?
I think they are. Yeah.
They're the two last men standing.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. Leaf gets voted out at final 9.
Okay.
So, yeah. I mean, the only things Leaf does is he sleeps in a box.
And he has pierced nips. Like,
the second coming of Sean Kniff.
He's got nips. He's got them both. He got them both. So.
I noticed that too on this rewatch. I was like, whoa, I didn't even realize this.
Leaf's out here. Yeah, Leaf is about that life.
2011, man, it was a crazy time.
Yeah.
And his hat, man.
Oh,
yeah.
Crisp.
Yeah. Another fedora. Fedoras, I mean, other people, obviously Russell Hantz, Penner, like more notable people have worn the fedoras. But...
Give me the Leaf one.
Yeah.
I want Leaf. I would throw that one in the fire.
Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna get now to the swap episode, and so this is where we get the Greek gods tribe and the complete misfits tribe, led by Colton. And so this is basically where they also abolished the one world twist. They get rid of it completely.
So, yeah, they always seem to when these themes never like. I always wonder when they start a season with a theme, if it's always planned, so it doesn't matter if it goes well or not well, if they always plan to get rid of it after a certain point, or if it's literally just like, yikes, this wasn't that good. We're just going to do a tribe swap and like, theme doesn't really matter anymore. We're just going to mix it up. Do you guys think it's like
Medallion of Power?
Yeah, do you guys think that was like, even if like the season is going well, that they would still ditch it? Or do you think that was just like, this is kind of dumb. Let's mix it up.
I think that I don't know. I think that if they did do that, if they did call an audible, they changed the wrong thing. Well, I guess they changed both twists, but if they had just changed the tribes but left them on the same beach, that would have been great. But they didn't do that. They changed both twists. And so now it's like we have Christina's on an island by herself at this point. Monica Culpepper's on an island by herself at this point. And then we've got, the Greek god tribe over here. And, if we are on the same beach, Christina or Monica could say, even though they're not in the 5, so I don't know how much they would have been able to do, but like Kim, Sabrina, you see how these crazy people are treating us. Please do something so that they can go.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess maybe it just wasn't something that these people were ever going to consider of like asking to throw a challenge. But I mean, none of them really had seen the show aside from obviously the few that we've mentioned. So, but yeah, so we are going to get the Manano tribe getting demolished at the basketball challenge. It's funny when Colton like screams for help as he's getting tackled by Jay and Michael. Like,
no chance. It's historically one of the worst tribes, swamp tribes, whatever you want to call it, in the history of the show. And it is random. It's not like they were put there. It's random. and fate would have it that we get Leaf, Colton, and Monica Culpepper, who's probably the strongest of all of them.
She was.
And we just get rid of her. She's gone.
Interesting take about Monica, how like this was like her first season, but like we only like really remember her from like her Blood versus Water run, which is really fascinating how with like certain characters where it's like, oh, like we saw something in them like the first time, or maybe we couldn't get the person that we wanted to in the future, so we have to call someone up. But the I think she was a good example of like someone who made use of her second go around.
Absolutely.
Like she kind of falls in the category as like not like skill wise as like Kelly Wentworth, but like someone that like, oh, I get the call to come back again, I'm going to make the most of it, kind of thing. And it's crazy to me that I was like, oh, like when I got to Blood versus Water, it's like, oh, Monica's back. It's like, who's your guy, Brad? Who's this Brad guy? I don't think I'm going to see him ever again. And then it's like, so it's a daisy chain of events. So
yeah,
as we get closer to 50, I'm starting to come around to most of them because of what you just said.
Yeah.
Of, hey, yeah, whatever. But then for all we know, Jenna Lewis goes out there and is the greatest player to ever play the game or something.
Yeah.
Like, I know it's crazy saying that, but like people put Kelly Wentworth on a pedestal now.
Yeah.
Which is crazy if you just watch San Juan del Sur.
Yeah.
So it is possible. Survivor has a great track record of people playing a second or third time and becoming these Harmony. I'm still very upset over Survivor the world and whatever. I'll show you this world.
Just the world.
Parvati, if you just watch Cook Islands, it's like, oh, okay, yeah, she's fine, whatever.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it's like, oh no, it's Parvati. So the fact that One World has so many returnees is crazy.
Yeah.
But Monica Culpepper is definitely, I would say, the shining light of all of the returnees that they've had, if I'm not mistaken. Right?
Yeah.
Like, if you don't count Winners at War, Monica Culpepper is
or like Or Troyzan doing his.
I guess Troyzan does make it to the end too, but
they just don't give him anything in the edit, unfortunately. But this is also
thing at the finale. It's like if this had a tie, Troyzan would have been the deciding vote, and he's like, I was like, and he helped contribute to the idling out of Suri. First timer. So it's like he's like Jeff. He's like, I don't want to go home either.
Yeah.
Hands off. But
Dude, don't vote for you. So
I do find it very, very interesting how the Culpeppers they get the same placements on their first and second time. So Monica and Brad both go out 14th in their first time and then second place in their second time.
Yeah. Very, very interesting.
I like the Culpeppers are two people that I wasn't always a fan of, but like has grown on me throughout the years.
Yeah. They're definitely like, I was never like a huge, I guess, like Monica fan, like at first, but then it's like, and then you get her connected with Brad later on, and then like she gets like better, and everyone's like, F you, Brad Culpepper. And like, but then he gets like his better story arc later on. But again, like we'll get to that later, but seeing Monica in this season as her first appearance and how like, oh, like I'm never going to see her again.
Right.
3 seasons later, you see her again, and this time she's got her hubby. So it's like,
she does damn well.
Damn well.
Yeah, we'll talk about her again in a couple seasons' time. Other notes from this episode, we get Tarzan not remembering people's names.
Yeah.
I mean, he's already called Jonas Jason. And then here he's like, who's Monica? And the funny line is Colton's like, think Monica Lewinsky.
It's like I don't want to say like the most horrible people, but it's like the bad person saying something funny. Like, and it's like, I can't believe I'm laughing that this terrible person is saying something this funny.
It's Russell Hantz saying he's not Mike Tyson, he's Brett.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
yeah,
like that.
that's one of my favorite Survivor lines ever, and it comes from my least favorite player ever. But it's
Right.
so great. He's not Mike Tyson. He's bread. It's like,
Yeah.
Right.
that's true. He is just bread.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep. So Monica Culpepper is going to go out here, and now this is where Christina was left out of the loop. Obviously, this is where Colton and Alicia are going to be extremely horrible to her. Colton's even making, Asian eyes at Christina, and then Alicia's claiming she's treating her like her special ed students or whatever. Like, it's very, very bad.
Yeah.
Jump in the fire, all of that. And like the Asian eyes thing happens. Oh, they show it in the deleted scenes.
Mm-hmm.
This is one of the last seasons that have the
Deleted content.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, y'all could just cut out all of that then, because we don't want to see any of it. You showing us this now, you could have just put this in the episode or just taken all of it out, because this just, we knew how messed up these people were. This just kind of adds fuel to the fire. But because it's 2012, it's still not removable. Like, they can't remove these people from the game. If that were to happen now, absolutely, they would be removed.
100%.
Here, it's like, you're towing the line. You're towing the line. It's like, no, they've crossed it.
Right.
But whatever. You feel so bad for her. And then Colton gets sick, and Christina's the one taking care of him. And I wish I had that much willpower, because I would be like, no, you can kick rocks, man. Like, I don't care. Die.
Yeah. Christina would be
don't
like,
care.
Christina would be like, there, Colton. Because it just gets like a pillow.
Like,
like,
we don't go that far, but just lay there. I don't care.
And I wonder if it's because they did that because they knew that he was gonna like get medevaced immediately in the same episode. So it's like, we're gonna show you how horrible he is, and we're gonna show you how he gets his comeuppance right afterwards.
He doesn't get his comeuppance. Like, he gets medevaced.
Yeah.
Like,
It ends up being like questionable until like we get the whole turnaround thing in Blood versus Water, where he quits again. And it's like, okay, when do you get that?
Yeah, I was thinking about this because, like, Jeff says, like, last time, things weren't going your way, and, like, either, and you quit. I think he was medevaced here, and also he was literally in control at Monano. Like, the only thing that wasn't going his way is that, like, the other tribe was Greek gods, but, like, he was in control. He had just blindsided Monica. He's basically terrorizing Christina. Like, everything is working out for him. So I think things were going his way for the moment, and then he got medevaced. Like, I don't know that it was a quit the first time.
It definitely, now that you said that, it definitely seemed more like it actually kind of was more looked like a medevac. And I think like in Blood versus Water, that's like where people were bringing it up with him, where it's like, you're acting this way, and it's like you must have quit the first time. You're quitting here, you quit last time, like it's whatever. And Jeff trying to connect the dots and being like, Colton, I've been noticing a pattern with you. It's like, when things don't go your way, do you just quit? Like, do you just give up? And then that's for that season, but like this moment. But you're right though, like he was actually like in a good spot in the game, just terrorizing people, and then he just like karma, just took him out right then and there with the idol in his pocket.
Right, as a souvenir.
The production gave back to him.
Yeah, I think that's hilarious.
Yeah,
I think it's hilarious that he just doesn't give it to Alicia. I thought that was actually funny.
He laid the groundwork for Neil in a few seasons.
Yeah.
So then they're gonna get sent to tribal after Colton's medevac. You have Kat's quote about hoping she doesn't get whatever appendicitis. And then they merge at tribal council, 6 men, 6 women. So you wonder what's about to happen. Unfortunately, with the exception of Troyzan and Tarzan doing weird stuff, I mean, the men really don't amount to much.
Yeah. It's like, you would think going into the merge, like, well, if it's like 6-6, something's got to give at that point, and someone's got to break and go over. And obviously it just continued to not go well for the dudes, because the dudes were, I think, just more at each other's throats than like the women were. And so it's like, Yeah.
Yep.
And everyone keeps trying to defer to Kim.
Yep.
Like, hey, well, we're gonna see what Kim has to say. And we haven't talked about her at all yet. But like,
that's how good she is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The merge is where Kim becomes the main character.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And it's they make such a great move by getting rid of Jonas first. Because Jonas is the most likable person there. Like, you get rid of him, everything else will fall.
Yeah, you get rid of the most normal guy first.
Right.
And then you keep all the kooky characters around, and they have nowhere to go.
Exactly. Like you're using, you're using his fight with Tarzan to your advantage. You're doing everything you like to get Jonas out, and now everything falls apart because Mike and Troyzan don't trust each other, like each other. And like Jay and Troyzan aren't exactly on the same page either. Leaf is off
like
who knows where. So like, the guys are just blown apart.
Like leaves.
Yeah.
Literally blown apart like leaves.
Yeah. So so we're gonna get also Tarzan's it's not poop, it's dirt. So as he throws his dirty undies into the boiling pot.
Like on cue. Like she's like puts her in, he's like bam, like ugh.
I know all about microbes.
It's not shit, I swear.
Like Tarzan. You made a great point earlier, and I guess I've never made that connection, but like he is in that category of Coach, Philip, Debbie, crazy people, crazy people that turn it on up to 11 on the show,
right?
Because like Tarzan is always there. Tarzan is prevalent in most things that are happening. Then you get a real moment when his wife shows up, like he becomes Greg. But you can definitely tell that he is playing to the camera. And like I said, I think the reason of he wanted to become Tarzan from Survivor.
Yeah.
Which I guess technically is, but like no one cares.
Yeah. But to some people, he's just Greg.
Yeah. he's probably more known as Greg than Tarzan.
Yeah. So we are gonna get as well the first individual immunity, balancing the balls. You get a really funny Jeff innuendo. Troyzan's balls haven't moved in a long time, and Troyzan's like,
oh. But like that joke directed to that was a good one.
Yeah, that was one of Jeff's best, I think. So
that was so out of pocket too. I was like, what did you just say?
I just love Troyzan's reaction to it. He's just like, oh.
Okay.
So Troyzan's gonna win the first individual immunity, and then we are gonna get Jonas and Tarzan arguing. Tarzan's like, I can't handle this anymore. You've broken my trust. You're terrible. And then Jonas like apologizing before tribal, and Tarzan's like, that means a lot. It moves me to tears that you would just apologize. And then cut to tribal, and Jonas goes off again about Tarzan and Michael, and Tarzan like blows a fuse. It's like, I can't believe you did this.
I think we should all vote Jonas out. He's like, okay.
Oh my god. Jonas is gone. And so we're gonna get to the final 11. This is where Kim and the women are going to solidify their control of the game, and they're like, okay, if we get Troyzan to target Michael, we get rid of Michael, then we have complete control over the guys at that point.
Yep.
So we are going to get that where she's going to tell Troyzan that Mike's gunning for him, which is Troyzan said Michael was already gunning for him early in the game, which makes more sense. I kind of wish they had shown that, because I think it would have made everything make sense. But I also understand it because we're following Kim's story, not Troyzan's winning story.
Yeah.
So
I mean, Troyzan becomes the de facto villain of the season because it's Kim's story. Like, we have to pit her against someone, and Troyzan's the only one that is competent enough to realize, hey, do you guys understand what's happening here? Like, she's clearly doing a lot, and you guys are. But he doesn't comprehend it until after this episode. But it's still like, he becomes the villain. Even though I love Troyzan in this season, he has to be because Kim needs an on-screen opposition,
right?
And her he can't put it on any of her alliance, so you can't make Alicia look too horrible because she's working with the winner. You can't make Kat look too
dumb. Sorry,
you said it, not me.
I just can't. I didn't even say that. Sorry, Kat.
Because she's working with Kim. You can't make Sabrina look too smart, dominant, whatever, because she's working with Kim. But you can make Troyzan look obnoxious, and that everyone hates Troyzan because he's the only one going against her.
Yeah, he's like the only guy left that is like maybe he could like rally and put something together.
Yes,
for the win. It kind of reminds me of
guy left that's trying.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of like the Chrissy Ben dynamic in a way, except it was like flipped, where it's like, oh, that's what happens. It's someone that's like in a great position in the game that's doing really well and it's winning all these immunities, but there's that one little thing, like one little thorn in my side, and if I don't get rid of this now, it's going to, because it's that much of a threat where like you're literally the only. She's like, I could beat every single person here, but you're the only one that I'm like, yeah, if you go on a tear, it's bad news bears for me, kind of thing. And it's no longer my island, and then it'll become Troyzan's island forever. Yeah, which it didn't this season.
And it was for one episode.
It was for one episode. Great episode title, by the way.
Yeah, this is Kim's Island. Yeah, well, it is funny because Troyzan starts doing the My Island thing. I think like in the Colton Medevac episode or in the merge episode where he like slams his fist on the puzzles, like, this is my island. It's so good. So Mike's gonna go, and then we're gonna get to the J episode, and this is where Troyzan is going to play his idol. So I think we need to talk about this. Troyzan brought it up in our interview with him, confirmed like rumors that had been out there, and talked about what had happened. So obviously the rumor is that Troyzan was playing his idol no matter what. The girls did not have time. Kim did not have time to talk to the girls. She even says it on the show in the edit, like, I don't have time to get to everybody. I noticed that on this rewatch. And so she went to the other girls on the way to Tribal, like talking with them, the ones in her car, and basically told them like, hey, let's switch it to Jay because Troyzan's playing his idol. And then you get to Tribal and it does appear that everybody is all of a sudden on the same page. So I do think that what Troyzan said in our interview with him and all these rumors, I think it's true. I do think Kim was able to get it out there to switch the vote on the way to Tribal. What do you guys think?
That would add credence, or that would take away credence to they punish Bill for breaking the rules, because that is, I think Kim's that's more blatant. Because that's you're on ice heading to Tribal. You're not supposed to be talking. Yeah. And if you did that, this is not season 2. Like we're here now.
Yeah.
So I do believe that happened, but that makes me believe that the Bill thing had nothing to do with production.
Right. I agree now. Yeah. Now that we're saying it, makes more sense. It is just very, very interesting that like this was allowed, or obviously it shouldn't have happened. Troyzan said like production got into a big fight afterwards. So like it's
really,
So I think it definitely shouldn't have happened. They shouldn't have allowed Kim to do this.
Oh, of course, yeah.
So, and I think this is a big reason of like people blame Troyzan for being bitter at the end. And no, I like he said it himself, like I don't think it's him being bitter. I think it's pretty justified that someone like is all of a sudden able to switch votes on the way to Tribal, which shouldn't be allowed. And like you're kind of wanting them to admit it, but obviously they're not going to admit it. So
it was probably like they were like going to Tribal, and it must have been just like, well, we can't like stop this like now. Like the ball's already rolling in this direction. And granted, I wouldn't want to be that van driver, being like,
Yeah,
like in the back of the van, like stop talking, like But I mean, well, they could have done that, but they didn't do it. But I mean, obviously, it was just like if you're the lowly van driver driving the whole tribe to tribal council, you don't want to be like, Jeff, I get something. It's like, who are you, TA? Like like who were like, get back in the van, kind of thing. Like sorry, my bad. And you're like, it's like, but Jeff, it's really important. It's like
they're switching the vote, man. Like, hey,
yeah, they're switching the vote, and he's like, shh, it's okay. Like, just okay, my bad.
It's Jay. Don't worry about it. They're voting on
Jay, buddy. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, it's Jay. He's not important.
It's Jay. Like,
yeah. So obviously, I mean, Jay should not have been like telling Kim that Troyzan has an idol. That was really, really dumb of him. So.
Yeah.
It's the story of the men.
Yeah.
Season.
Yeah.
Yep. And Troyzan's just surrounded by his idiotic men's tribe. So so we're gonna get to episode 10, and this is where Troyzan's island, Troyzan versus the women, really kicks off. And basically Troyzan is like talking to Christina, and all of a sudden it does feel like the women really gang up on Troyzan here.
Yeah.
Like this is where it starts. Like I don't blame him for getting super frustrated either, because it's like the women do start treating him very, very differently in this episode and next episode.
Because I never saw him like as like a villain, really, like in the season. I always saw him as like, okay, he's just another one of the goopy guys. Obviously, it's like the women are running the show. Like he's just one of like he's running around there like everybody else, but he's the only one that's like, you're the only goofball that could probably actually like win at this point. So it's like when you are ganged up on, I'm going to assume it's not a fun feeling, especially in the context of Survivor. And when it's so hard, like when you're in a good position playing any of these games, of course, that's where you want to be. We all want to be in a power position. We all want to feel safe, and we all want to feel like, it's easier to justify your actions in like getting rid of someone or being like, oh, like, it is what it is. And I think that's why Survivor's so hard, is because you can't like, you don't want to compromise your emotions like for feeling someone, because you could get like turned around and voted out in an instant. And so it's like, I definitely do feel for Troyzan in that moment, because he's like, I feel like all alone here, Jeff. Like they're literally going to get rid of me. I have nowhere to go unless I win these challenges. Like I'm screwed. Like that's literally it. I think anybody that's ever put in that position would feel that way. But obviously vice versa. If you're in a power position, you're be like, I don't care what dude has to say because I'm good. Like, of course he's going to say that, because he's going to, if I let my guard down, he's going to get rid of me, kind of thing. So it's, tomato, there. But I felt for him a lot this season too.
100%. So yeah, we're gonna get to the memorable. Is this also the auction as well? We do get the auction. So this is where Troyzan like kind of he does break down here, being like, they're all against me, and like he obviously bids for the advantage. You have Kim bidding from the shower, which is pretty funny. You have Kat not knowing what a BLT is.
There's always one.
It has to be Kat. It has to be Kat.
And I wouldn't be surprised if Jeff's like, I'm not surprised, Kat. Just like,
yeah.
On the show.
So,
earlier?
Oh no, it's smart. Yeah. Hey, people can change. People change. Yeah.
True.
Yeah, that was 15 years ago.
True. All right, so we're gonna get to the iconic immunity challenge now. Troyzan, this is Troyzan's island. It's he does this to the women. You have Sabrina going off about how he's making them all mad, which is just, it's very funny. So Troyzan wins the challenge, and now at this point he's now trying to convince Christina, Alicia, Leaf, Tarzan that they can be the 5 instead of going to night Leaf, instead of going to night Tarzan. We can do something. 100% people should have listened to what Troyzan is saying here.
Yeah. Unless you're Chelsea, Sabrina, Kim, you should probably, and like, yeah, if you're Kat and Alicia, you don't know that you're 4 and 5.
Right.
So that's fair. You don't know you're 4 and 5, so we'll give them a pass. Leaf Tarzan, come on. Christina, you shouldn't even be wanting to work with Alicia or anyone that is working with her.
I'm shocked.
So like it gets to a point where it's like, yeah, you feel for Troyzan in this episode. Yeah, if you're watching it for the first time and he's doing This Is My Island, you probably relate more to the women of like, oh, just shut up. But like as you watch the season more and more, it's like, no, he's kind of right. Like he's in a bad spot, and it's because no one is paying attention. So you'd become more frustrated that no one is buying into what he is selling, because what he is selling pretty much just ends up happening at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Like the people that are running the show they make it to the end of the game, and he told you that this was going to happen, and he told you that it was probably going to go boom, boom, boom like this, and you're just, yeah, maybe. Okay, cool. All right.
Yeah.
And this is where the season starts to lull. It's like, okay, after This Is My Island, you can skip to the finale.
Yeah, you really can. I mean, we do get the Cat blindside later. We'll get to that.
Oh, yeah. Blindsides are fun. It's like, why are they fun, Cat? Oh, it's fun because it's like, whatever. And then I felt like I saw.
We'll get there. We'll get there in a little bit. But so Leaf is going to go with. I don't think he gets a single confessional in his boot episode. So he's the purple edit of this season. Bye, Leaf.
But, yeah. It is Pierce nips. We don't forget those.
And his hat.
And his hat,
yeah.
It's like, he's like, you can leave your hat on your way out. It's like walks away. Yeah.
All right. So then Troyzan's boot episode. So we do basically get Troyzan is again feeling on the bottom. He's still gonna try to convince like Sabrina and Kat, especially. He's gonna be like, Kat, you didn't get taken on the reward with Kim. Doesn't that make you angry? And like 100% like Kat should be taking more issue with this and should be listening to Troyzan, but instead she is like, oh, Troyzan's making me feel horrible. It's like
and it's okay, Kat. It's okay. Don't let that mean man talk to you that way.
Well,
it's not true. Not true.
Once again, if you don't know you're 4 and 5, you almost can't blame them for it.
Yeah.
You can't blame 4 and 5 for not realizing they're 4 and 5 because the 3 have made you feel very good about the fact that you're part of their 3.
Yeah. The way Kim talks to people, like, you notice it. She does have like the very motherly, kind tone when she's talking to everybody.
They made the comments like, once you like look into her blue eyes, man, like she just like gets you in there, kind of thing. And we all fell for it because it took us like a whole half episode till we even mentioned Kim.
I know,
right? It was like, oh, and she starts winning immunities too.
Yeah, this is where she starts winning immunities, and she deliberately says, I'm not trying to win challenges like in this early merge portion. I'm going to hang back and let other people win them, and then I'll win them when it's necessary. She does. She starts winning here. The women cheer when Troyzan ends up getting beat by Tarzan at the rain toss, which is very sad. And so Troyzan's basically knowing he's going home, but he's going to try something seen because he's pretending he has another idol. So he's doing the Rupert strategy of kind of pretending he put like a rock in his pocket or something. And basically is talking to Christina. He's like, yeah, I'm trying to, see what's happening. And she ends up telling Troyzan that I'm getting votes, which is, she almost gets herself voted out, which is insane.
She checked out. Like, I don't know which one of y'all brought it up, but all that fire and passion that we saw in the first episode in that first tribal, it's just so gone by this point that it's like, oh yeah, I'm catching vote. Like, no, hey, can we use somebody else as a decoy or whatever? It's like, no, we just feel comfortable telling you you're the decoy because we know you don't care, or we know you're.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, it's out with the wind. Like, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
she's just not giving much here, and you're giving too much in this case info. And so Troyzan ends up going with the split vote plan to try to send his vote to Christina, hoping that it'll be just like the extra push to save him by one vote.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it does not. Troyzan is voted out. Kim's only opposition, really, besides Sabrina, I would say, but we haven't talked much about Sabrina either. I think Sabrina definitely at a certain point should have, like, Final Six was like the only opportunity really to get rid of Kim. I do think, but at the same time, I do understand it because also like the other women are listening to Kim at this point, so that wouldn't have worked. So the best strategy is to get Kim to stick with them and get rid of the other women who are trying to get rid of her and Chelsea. So I do understand that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're basically swimming up Schitt's Creek without a paddle at a certain point because you've now tied yourself to the person that's being perceived as running the game. And like, I do appreciate Sabrina as a player in this season. I do think that she did a lot this season. And I do think that if she sat next to any other two that are not Kim and like Kim or maybe even Troyzan, maybe. Sabrina wins dominantly, and I think that's why I've always been like a little sour on this season as far as like people are like, oh yeah, it's similar to like the Parvati effect in Micronesia, where it's like, oh yeah, it was Kim and a bunch of jabronis, and in Micronesia it's like, oh, it's just Parvati and a bunch of followers. It's like, that's not how it happened. And if you just watch the season, you would see that's not how it happened. I'm not going to go on my Parvati rant because like I said, I'm just tired of that. Here, it's very clear that people love Kim, people appreciate Kim, big blue eyes, whatever. Sabrina is in that category. We see her doing pretty much the exact same thing. But when you talk to people that have only seen the season once or twice, it's always, oh, it's the Kim Spradlin show and no one else did anything ever and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, well, that's not true either because Troyzan was he was an opposition. I won't say he was a good opposition because he could never get any traction.
Right.
Sabrina was a great player socially and strategically. It wasn't like it was Kim and a bunch of followers. And that's what's always bothered me about this. It's even Chelsea. Like I never felt like Chelsea was just kind of going along for the ride either. So it's Survivor revisionist history, which I like to rant about, but I'll leave it there.
Yeah, I think like Sabrina's strategy, like she was the leader initially. Again, leaders get knocked out pretty quickly, and she went from being a pretty good leader, and then hung back once she needed to downplay being the leader early on. So like she did a good job at that. There's people that aren't able to shift that easily and that quickly as Sabrina did.
And then plus Kim winning all these challenges too. And then it's like, well, she's actually kind of a triple threat here. You know, it's like, then it's like, oh, if we're having trouble trying to figure out a winner out of these three, and if they're all like socially doing well, then it's kind of like, you know, who's won. Then you start going down like other lists of criteria where it's like, who won the most immunities? Like who's
been
like
perceived as dominant?
Yeah. What was the perception? Like, you know, and as it's been proven in Survivor, people will take that into account when picking a winner at the end.
Yeah. Last thing I wanted to say on Sabrina right now, she wasn't even supposed to be on the season. Like they were going for another Sabrina Thompson, and then they found her instead, and they're like, we like you better. So I think that's really funny. So.
Shout out to the other Sabrina Thompson for being boring, I guess.
Yeah. So I'm glad we got this Sabrina Thompson. Obviously she almost got on again, second chance ballot. So, but wasn't.
Who's voting for Monica Padilla over her? God.
Yeah, I would have rather seen Sabrina, T-Bird. Yeah.
Who's voting for Monica?
Coach Drew.
We'll get there when we get to the second chance episode. But yeah, so basically now we're gonna get to the loved ones visit, and this is where we're gonna get some interesting stuff. You got a great moment with Tarzan with his wife, like the humanizing moment, and then you also get Christina. She does get the moment like her dad is like ailing, and this is like he's only given like what 5 to 10 years to live at that point, so she obviously wants to spend time with him. And so but this is where Kat and her crazy cousin and they aren't even speaking any words, they're just screaming at each other.
Meow.
They're a little too close,
making cat sounds. Just going at it at this point.
I don't think I've ever encountered any of my cousins like that, but
No,
whatever.
No, crawling on all fours and then screaming, unintelligible things.
You guys are grown ass people. Like, let's come on.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Yeah.
But that was that was a very like emotional episode with the fact with Tarzan and his wife and like having that like humanizing moment. And he gave like that great speech about like ashes being spread across the universe or something. I don't know what it was. Like remember that that was like just extremely poetic. And everyone's like, that's an amazing relationship that I hope to have one day with like my spouse. And then like Kat comes in and just is like, no, we're not doing that. It's like, we're not having that.
So she makes the very immature choice of wanting to go party and get drunk, as she says, literally in front of everybody, which is just like, Kat, what are you doing?
Good old Kat. But hey, man, we get her again, so.
Yeah. We get a different version of her next time. Like she's learned her lesson. She's more,
At least she made the merge this time.
At least exactly. At least she made the merge this time.
No,
that's how she got her boyfriend. That's how she got her boyfriend to put her on Blood versus Water.
Yeah, true. Who did better than her?
Yeah.
Nobody wants to date anybody that gets voted out pre-merge.
Yeah.
Nobody.
So we're gonna get that challenge. Kim wins again. Kat is really upset. And now basically everybody is all of a sudden gunning for Kat. And now, as we brought up earlier, we're going to get the iconic Kat loves Blindsides. And then Kat is going to get blindsided and sob on her way out.
It's one of those Survivor moments where they don't even try to hide the fact that this person is going home.
Yeah.
They're not trying to say, oh, it could be this person. It's like, no, it's going to be Kat. Then we're going to show you all the stuff that Kat's saying because we really want you to feel bad for what she goes.
I like how Jeff's reaction to that, where she's just kind of like, oh, I love Blindsides. And he's just like, it's not even like, he was like, or she's like, they're fun. And he's like, why are they fun? Like, it's kind of like he's actually like having a moment there where it's like, they're not fun all the time, man. Sometimes they're heart crushing. And then she's like, like, they're like, she's got like her hoodie, she's like doing this thing and like, like rocking and rolling kind of thing. And then it happens. And then I've seen more footage of her after that, like the bonus content of her getting in the van with the production and like the therapist is in the car and her crying about that. It's like, I trusted them. And it was like wow, like all the stuff that happens after a vote.
Yeah. Well, and then when Alicia gets voted out and like Kat and Alicia get into a fight when she gets there and like it's
at Ponderosa.
Yeah.
And Troyzan with this little catering plate being like, just let it be, guys. Just like, calm down. Like, it's so like, he's wearing his like Hawaiian shirt, like, chill out. Like, let's relax for a minute.
Yeah. So, Kat goes home, and now we're going to get the Tarzan boot episode. This is where Tarzan is going to wear Kat's bikini panties on his head, which is... Can we also mention Tarzan? So he steals Monica Culpepper's shirt. Then he steals Kat's tank top and her panties. Like it's so weird.
He's like this season's Philip, basically.
Yeah.
It's like,
why are you putting someone's panties on your head?
Because he wants to be Survivor's Tarzan. Like that is the only reason he's doing this.
He's got nothing to lose at this point.
Hopefully they bring me back for a second season.
Well, unlike Philip, who is much better, we're not going to get Tarzan.
We're not going to get Tarzan back. In fact, we get the other Zan back before you, Tarzan.
Yes. Yeah. So yeah, this is where Kim is able to convince people to get rid of Tarzan over her, basically, and over, everybody else. Like the fact that she's basically able to tell Alicia and Christina and get them to vote out Tarzan is incredible. Alicia is so delusional that she believes she can get rid of Tarzan and be fine. Like
she thinks she's gonna win. Which, yeah, you can't tell someone to not be confident they're gonna win, but
and they're probably also like, he's the last man. He's got to go.
Yeah.
You can't have another man around here.
We
don't want a repeat of what happened last time, right? And they're like,
let's be the second successful all-women's alliance.
Yippee!
We're just going to kind of glance over forever for some reason. Good on them. They did it. They did it. They got to the end. Without Cat, but like they got to the end.
Without Cat. But anyway, they got to the end. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, Micro, they got rid of Alexis before they got rid of Eric. Yeah. So
True. Yeah. So Tarzan's going to get voted out, and now we're in the finale, and now Kim is basically gonna finish her steamroll to the end, winning the immunities. We get her taking out Alicia and Christina. And this is infuriating to me, is that she goes to Christina, is like, hey, we're gonna vote you out tonight. Christina's just like, okay, I'm fine. You guys can vote me out. It's infuriating that Christina doesn't even try.
Yeah.
And Sabrina's voting confessionals, like, I don't even think you know how to play this game, but
yeah.
No.
I wonder what happened from like episode 1 to that point. Like, how much of that was a strategy, or how much of that was like just
it can't be at this point. It can't be strategy, because if it was strategy at Final Four, you would at least try to do 5, whatever it was.
Something.
Try to do something.
Yeah.
Like, hey, take me. I suck.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't like there's definite avenues that Christina can argue. Maybe she gets voted out anyways because Kim is going to be loyal to Sabrina and Chelsea because she knows she can win anyway. But like, yeah, it's just it's just infuriating. And like, I know this infuriated Jeff, I'm sure, of like, this era of the show, we're casting people that just kind of let things happen and don't do anything. So
I'm surprised that he didn't, like, after this string of like 4 seasons, I'm surprised that he didn't have like another relapse like he did with Gabon. Kind of thing. He's like, I'm gonna need like a really good season to convince me not to quit my job. And then like after Gabon, it was like Token Chins, which is like one of the best seasons ever. And then like after this is like Philippines, which is like one of the best seasons ever. And he's like, this gave me hope again.
Well, this is right when he's about to start his talk show, right, as well. Like, he's like, if my talk show takes off, then I can probably quit the show. So I think this was like, he was gonna quit if his talk show took off, but obviously it did not. So
Well, and the thing is, and this is kind of jumping the gun by like 2-3 weeks for you, or no, through 2-3 months for you. I understand that some people hate the new era because they cast too many super fans, but the alternative is this.
Yeah,
is casting people that don't know what's going on. And every now and then you'll get a diamond in the rough like Parvati or someone that like it doesn't know what's going on, but also it becomes a character that people can appreciate. And then all of a sudden you hit the 20s and it's like, oh man, we really are just bottom of the barreling when it comes to, oh, this person looked cool at this bar I went to. Let's cast them. It's like, do you know what Survivor is? No, not really. Cool, you're good. You're good. You're on the show. I understand that you don't like super fans, but just know this is something that could happen if you guys keep on, you guys as a collective, not like you two. If you keep on complaining about this, we could have this again. Yeah. And we saw how bad this actually was.
Because they were still just like, people were like, at this point, people were still applying, right? Like, this wasn't like a Fiji moment where it's like most of the cast were just recruited.
I think most of the cast is recruited here.
They were recruited?
I think
that would make sense.
This is the season where they have only 2 people that applied that made the show.
Troyzan. And
So don't recruit, is what you're saying. Just take.
I think the people that were really good this season were the ones, well, minus Sabrina, were the ones. I think it was Troyzan, Colton, and Kim.
Yeah.
Wow.
That would make sense.
What does that say about,
And they were the ones that
remember the most. Arguably.
Yeah.
I mean, in some shape or form. But that is, again, another fascinating, I didn't know this season was, based on recruiting. Or it's because I know they'll probably try to say that it's everyone here applied. But it's not everybody, applies.
Yeah, I don't think they've ever come out and said, this cast was recruited, or, a season like this of, a lot of them were recruited. I think they'll always try to claim that everybody applied. But, I also did want to say, I believe an interview Jeff did around this time in 2012 where he talked about how he didn't like some of the players this season, that he said one or two really screwed it up. And I think he was referring to Leaf and Christina, I believe.
Oh, wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah. So, because, Leaf really screwed some things up, and then Christina definitely did. So,
yeah. So we did all that effort recruiting you, not applying, recruiting you. We paid for your ticket to come out here.
Yeah. Yeah.
But begs the question.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Let's get to Final Tribal now. So this is, I thought this was a pretty good Final Tribal, honestly. I think there were some good emotions. Kat and Tarzan actually both gave really good speeches. I thought thought they were both good. Most people were really good. Obviously, Troyzan's going to try to get Kim to admit to what she did. Obviously, he had told us to, if she would have admitted it, Jeff had told him it wouldn't make the show anyway, because obviously you're not going to leave it in that your winner did that. But, Kim obviously isn't going to admit to that. And then the most infuriating speech is Alicia getting up there and bragging about how good of a player she is.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe she actually went up there and did that.
I can. She can do it all season.
Yeah, true.
So that would have come from a mile away.
Yeah, but it's just
that would have, and everyone's just sitting there and all of them do the right thing of oh man, yeah, Alicia, you were killing it. You were doing your thing. It's that's why I know I could never win at the end of a real Survivor game. Because I'm not going to sit there and tell someone that's delusional that you were doing better than me. I can't do that.
Yeah.
I can't do that to you. I'm sorry.
You're I don't have it in me.
I don't have it in me to tell you suck. Or no, I have it in me to tell me that you suck and you didn't do well. I'm not going to tell you, oh yeah, you were out here killing it, man.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah, so basically, Kim wins 7-2-0 with Troyzan and Leaf voting for Sabrina. Troyzan is legitimate. I don't know what Leaf was doing.
Leaf's a bro. It's a bro. Who knows? We'll never know. We'll never know why Leaf did it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, we are now on to our rankings and favorites. And so, first boot rankings, top 10, it is Tina Wesson, Sonia, Johnny Fairplay, Sugar, Francesca, Chicken, Wanda, Marisa, Deb, and Diane. Still a very odd collection of first boots, somewhat. So, but Courtney ended up as Nina Acosta ended up as 15th, actually, which I'm a little surprised by. Courtney ended up as 21st.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know why people put Nina up that high, but
they maybe
maybe it had to do with she actually looked like she wanted to be there and was actually willing to play the game, and when you get voted out for ageism and you want to be there, I think that I don't know, that might resonate with people more, that it's well, that person really wanted to be there and play, but they just got screwed over because of something kind of petty in a way. So could be that.
Good point. Yep.
All right. Fallen Angels, we have our top 10 of Sari, Rob Sesternino, Jerry Manthe, Kathy Vio, Rudy, Yowman, Lex, Terry Dietz, Ian Rosenberger, and Johnny Fairplay. Christina ended up as the worst fallen angel.
Wow. I mean, I can't disagree with that. I don't remember her in my fallen angel list, but I'm gonna assume I had her fairly low because she did just kind of lay down. Yeah. But that is surprising that she's dead last.
Yeah, she is in my bottom 5 overall. So for Fallen Angels, like I would not put her any higher. All right, losing finalists. We're adding Sabrina and Chelsea to this. Our top 10 is Boston Rob All Stars, Parvati Heroes versus Villains, Russell Hance Samoa, Steven Fishback Tocantins, Aussie Cook Islands, Colby Australia, Amanda Micronesia, Kelly Wigglesworth Borneo, Stephanie LaGrossa Guatemala, and Russell Hance Heroes versus Villains. So Russell somehow made it on there twice. Samoa I get, Heroes versus Villains I don't. So
I won't go on a rant in the chat like I did last time.
I think people are associating quality of season with like
with the
placement. It's like not. It's like because Heroes versus Villains is like arguably the greatest season ever. They're associating certain people in the mix as attached to how great the season was.
Wait, was Parvati in that top 10?
Yes.
Okay.
Parvati's number 2. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I, in my head, you only said Russell's name, and I'm like, these people voted. Okay. All right. Cool.
Yeah. No, his Samoa game deserves theirs. Heroes versus Villains, I definitely don't think so. But yeah. So Sabrina Thompson, she ended up as 13th. She is right below Courtney Yates and above Coach. So, good on Sabrina.
Cool.
Thumbs up.
I think her and Courtney Yates got the same amount of final votes. I think.
Yeah.
2. Yeah.
2. Yep. And then Chelsea ended up as 20th overall, so she is above Dreams and below Twyla.
Okay.
So it's a fine spot. I think I put Chelsea a little lower on my list overall, but I think that was also because I hadn't rewatched this in a while. But I also don't think she.
Tarzan said, all right. Hey, Tarzan said it. All right.
Tarzan did say it. All right, moving on. Winner rankings. We're adding Kim Spradlin. All right, we have Parvati Micronesia. We have Todd at number 2. Ewell 3. Boston Rob 4. Richard Hatch 5. The Sandras. Tom Westman. Earl Cole. And Chris Doherty.
I think she's going to knock Chris off that list.
Yeah, because I have Kim at number 2 for me.
Yeah,
I think Kim's gonna sneak in there.
Yeah, she ends up as the number 2. So she is right. She is right below Parvati's Micronesia game. I think Kim's win is better than Parvati's. So I have Kim very high. I have her 4th overall on my list. So I think she's a great player, great winner. So yeah, season rankings. Our top 10, it is Heroes versus Villains, Micronesia, Pearl Islands, China, Borneo, Cook Islands, Australian Outback, Tocantins, Marquesas, and Amazon. One World, this was quite a bit of a shock that ended up as high as it did. It is 16th overall out of 24. I'm shocked it's not with the other Dark Age seasons. It is above All Stars and below Samoa. I'm very, very... Where did these people vote?
I mean, I have One World at 33, and I have it above both Samoa and All Stars on my list. But these are also the same people that put Fiji as their last. So,
yeah. I mean, yeah, I definitely wouldn't put One World this high at all. I have it as like 44 in my list overall. So.
Yeah, I have it like 40. I have it like 40.
It didn't seem like you hated it this much based off of this conversation.
Yeah, well, I think maybe because of like Troyzan and I think Kim and Sabrina, I feel like I would put it up a little higher on this rewatch. And like Tarzan had some entertaining moments, but like I also just don't like the Colton stuff. The Colton stuff is really uncomfortable. Alicia is really uncomfortable. So like that's the tough part about it for me.
Okay.
And I guess if like because this is like people say this is like the end of the Dark Ages, right? And this is like one that's like we're about to bleed into 25, which everybody loves, and so maybe there's just like some form of like, we'll give it a pass because we know what's right around the corner, and like we're not like in the middle of this like shit sandwich that was this early period of the 20s. So it's like, you know, and we got like a good winner out of it too, so it wasn't like a completely bad experience. Well, I mean, depending on who you ask, but like there was like bad characters doing questionably funny stuff sometimes in this season, and it's like it's almost like you don't want to be caught laughing at like what this bad person said, and you're like, I can't believe I laughed at that kind of thing. But it's you know, it's one of a kind in this dark age period of Survivor. So
for sure. All right, favorite male and female. Male, I'm going Troyzan. Not just because of our interview with him. He was my original winner pick as I started watching these live. I watched Redemption Island, South Pacific live. I binged the first 21 seasons, and then One World, I officially made my first winner pick, and I picked Troyzan. And so getting to interview him was awesome, and like 100%, he's like one of the bright spots in this season. And then Kim Spradlin. Sabrina probably would be the close second. But Kim is just a really amazing player. So those would be my picks.
Troyzan and Kim. Yeah. Troyzan and Kim.
Yeah, keep it short. 3 across the board, Troyzan and Kim.
All right.
Obviously, there's no like, and when they both come back for their future seasons, they both do arguably well in their returning seasons as well. And they're like, you know, Troyzan is at least more memorable, probably his second go around. Well, I don't know about more memorable, but like he's definitely more memorable here, but he makes it farther.
He makes it farther.
34 and contributes to a very iconic moment in Survivor history. And then Kim, Winners at War. We all know how that goes. And so it's like, him and Troyzan.
All right. How did this season contribute to the overall history of Survivor as we know it, the evolution of the game?
Well, it once again showed that, I mean, everyone's always paranoid about the all-conquering women's alliance. This is the second time that it has actually worked. This is the last time that it actually worked. Am I making that up?
I think you're correct.
I think,
But to this day, people are still scared of this. Now, they probably are more scared because of Micronesia, whatever. There is credence in this alliance because they came into the merge 6-6 and got the men to turn on each other without getting like, oh yeah, we're staying tribe strong here. We're staying Navidi strong, and it didn't work. I think that for the longest time, people put Kim as the greatest winner of all time. Like I said, she's number 2 for me. I think that her, before Winners at War, her and Boston Rob were the 2 most dominant winners in my opinion. And I would always have her ahead of him because she won on a season where it was her first time. Yes, you're still playing against a bunch of jabronis like Rob was, but it was at least her first time.
True.
So I always put her ahead of Rob in that situation. Outside of that, the evolution.
Yeah,
we got a fun twist that half the people actually hate. So
true. Jonathan,
I'm kind of stumped on this one. I feel like I'm very like out of all the seasons that I've covered with you guys and that I've been part of now, I think this is the first one that's kind of like stumped me in like the contribution realm. I mean, like of course Kim, that's a contribution. We're in this period, and Troyzan's awesome, and there's like little gems, but obviously it's not like really that well received season, but there's like crazy moments in it. But yeah, like I think it just contributed to to certain players coming back later for more iconic moments, arguably. And this would bleed. This is going into Philippines, that's kind of like the big standout part.
Yeah, I would say the biggest contribution is that I believe up to this point, now I think it's the combination of all the Dark Age seasons of like at this point, Jeff talked about going into Philippines of like he was getting tired of seeing one alliance just forming up a tight five from day one and then controlling the whole entire game.
Yeah.
So it was a big thing for them wanting to switch back to 3 tribes that they hadn't done since All Stars is like, let's mix up the dynamics a little bit so that it's not just do the same thing every single time in the game, and that's how you win. So I do think it contributed to that of being like the last straw of being like, okay, we can't just do 2 tribes. Unfortunately, now that we look at it, now they're stuck on doing 3 tribes and they want to keep the kind of similar dynamics. Not saying 3 tribes are bad, but I think it's a similar thing of like too much.
Yeah, we just get it too much.
Grass is greener.
Instead of a tight 5, it's a tight 3 or 2.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. But I do think like that's a big part also to Philippine success along with that cast is that they switched up the dynamics. So now it's a little more interesting, catches people's eyes a bit more. And then you're going to have like, you know, underdogs. I mean, you've had underdogs in the past, obviously, but here you're going to have like people that are going to scrap their way and like oppose the majority alliance. And, you know, I mean, I think you've always had that, but that's kind of what springs to my mind here.
Yeah, this one was like more out in the open, I guess, with it.
Right.
Like, you know, again, episode title, This Is My Island. But in this case, this is Kim's island. This is Kim's season.
True.
And she got the job done.
Yep, she did. All right. That is the Survivor Dark Ages. I mean, you could count Caramoan, as we said. But we're off into one of my favorite seasons because it introduced probably my favorite Survivor player of all time. We're into Malcolm next week because we're talking about Philippines. We get to talk about Jonathan Penner, Russell Swan coming back, and the other guy that we won't mention.
Are you going to get him to come on? Are you going to get the other guy to come on for... I'm sorry.
That'd be wild.
No. I think we'll get canceled. Yeah. Abby Maria, Denise. You know, you get quite a few really good characters. Lisa Welchel, Jeff Kent. OC, like you get some really interesting people coming in here, and I'm excited to talk about Philippines next week. It's going to be Jonathan, you coming back, and Kristen and Michael are going to be joining us. So
I'm so excited to talk about a good season.
Yes.
I'm never on any of like the good seasons because they always fill up, and I'm always like having to carry the load with the not so appreciated ones. But I'm excited to come back for Philippines.
Wow, I won't be back for another 2 months. I just looked at the schedule. I won't be back for another 2 months. That's crazy.
Will you be back for 35?
35. So that's 2 months from now. That's 8 weeks from now, I think.
Yep. All right. Well, we'll see you then. And so everybody subscribe, like, share, comment, all the good stuff. Talk about how this is our island. And so with that, we will see you all next week for Survivor Philippines on Survivor 1 through 50 on the Tribe of Nerds.